Good day, welcome to United Trends TV. Yesterday night was so dramatic that we luckily won 1-0 against Wolves. Is it a lucky game? No, we won them 1-0, but the game was too feeble, very weak. Our midfield looked confused, poor information, poor communication. Let me run through everything that happened in that game. First of all, I'm going to start with our starting lineup. There are some weak points and some mistakes Erik ten Hag made in this lineup. First of all, playing Rashford up front. Whenever you play Rashford up front, you notice that he is too isolated. Bruno can't even locate him more often whenever Bruno wants to make a pass. And Garnacho isn't good starting for us. Garnacho isn't good starting for us. We experienced something like this against Leeds United when he started for us, and fans were like, what is this guy playing? Garnacho should be that guy that we come in around 70 minutes and impress the fans. That is the type of player. He's still young to be starting for us. We should be starting Sancho and then sub Sancho for Garnacho. But with all this thing, let me run through every single thing that happened in the game. And all these mistakes came from our midfield. Mostly Casemiro isn't good at all. 80% of the game yesterday night, Casemiro wasn't good. You know, we are playing in 4-3-3 with Mount and Bruno pushing higher up. Casemiro will be left to cover spaces around him, but our fullback will be stepping forward to assist him with that. But most often he will be left to cover spaces, and yesterday night he didn't do this thing very well, which made Wolverhampton players to exploit those spaces, and we are going to see it happen here in this analysis. Let us start with Anthony poor decision whenever he gets to final third. This is what happened most often last season. Anthony isn't good in making decisions whenever it comes to final third. Let's take a look at this sequence here. This is Anthony with the ball, Rashford making a run, dragging this defender towards him, and at the left hand side you are going to see Bruno and Garnacho making a run also with only one defender. This is a 2v1 situation. As we progress, you can see him going through the right. Rashford is going through the right. Why Anthony is cutting to the middle? By this time, he has given Rashford the ball. Why are you giving Rashford this ball? Rashford is in a very tight corner. Rashford is in a very tight corner with a defender. Why then giving him the ball? Why you have Bruno and Garnacho making the run for you with only one defender marking them in 2v1 situation? This is concerning. This is very concerning. This is very concerning because our midfield looked open, and whenever it comes to Anthony, he is very poor. This is what we experienced last season. I'm not here to blame any player. This is just the first game of the season. The good news here is that we won with a clean sheet with 3 points. So it is the good news, but we need to consider what happened individually between each player. And it was poor. Whenever you talk about our midfield, Mason Mount, I will not say anything about Mason Mount this time. I still believe he's still trying to inure into the system of Erik ten Hag. So for now, I don't need to start saying that Mason Mount is this, Mason Mount is that. No, we are going to be talking about Mason Mount when it gets to January. By that time, you can have confidence and say he is a flop or a good player. But for me personally, I believe he is a good signing for us. But for here, Anthony is at fault when making the pass to Rashford. Rashford isn't Haaland. This is not Rashford's traditional position. He expects him to make mistakes. This isn't his traditional position. And last, the goalkeeper saved the shot coming from here. And looking at this picture, he is off balance. Why you have Garnacho and Sancho telling you, hey Anthony, pass the ball to us, but you didn't. So in this sequence, this is Anthony's fault by making wrong decision in the final third. Let us also look at where Casemiro cost us something that almost led to a goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers. In this sequence, This man here is trying to make a pass. This man that is trying to make this pass should be marked by Casemiro. But you can see Casemiro. I coded Casemiro with a block red color. You can see him standing. He is confused. I don't know whether he is tired. This is the first half. I don't know what caused this. And he let this player make the pass to that Wolverhampton player. But this cost a lot for us. This drag Varane out of position. And we noticed the weak point. We noticed what this cost for us. Because they made use of this space that Varane created. Varane comes out to mark this man here. And it's drag him out of position. You can see this open space here. When we progress, we can see Wan-Bissaka trying to make run into that space to at least assist Manchester United players. Assist Varane and Martinez. Because now they are in 3v2 situation. Both Bruno, both Casemiro and Luke Shaw, they have bypassed 3 of them. So they are out of the sequence as of now. So Wan-Bissaka is trying to make run into the space to know whether he can assist. But it is too late for him. And this player are now in a clear 3v, and they used Luke Shaw position very, very well in creating overloads. And they used Luke Shaw position in creating 2v1 situation. I don't know. They can't use Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is good in tackle, so I don't know. They kind of take that offensive football to Luke Shaw's position, and they broke it down most often. You can see now Varane is trying to follow that man, but now Martinez is confused. That is why he is circled. He is confused. This other man is trying to make an overlap run. The other man is with the ball. Our 3 players have been bypassed. Wan-Bissaka trying to make a run to know whether he can assist at least, but it is too late for him. And look at what happened. That man made a pass to that guy that Varane is following. Here, Varane performed somehow poor. But like I said, the most important part of this thing is the 3 points and the clean sheets and the win. So that, let's also just forget about this thing. But it needs to be put into consideration. Varane performed poor here, and that is what happened. This guy made the shot to the second bar and lose it. But this is a very dangerous situation for us. They often create overloads in Luke Shaw position. Here is another one. Bruno Fernandes wins the ball for us. Bruno Fernandes wins the ball for us in this situation and gave it to Anthony again. Then Anthony is with the ball. Currently, these 2 defenders are moving towards Rashford because they know that Rashford is going to cause havoc to their 18-yard box and score. So Rashford tends to drag these 2 defenders towards him, and this made a clear space for Garnacho, who is making the run into the box. But I don't know, Anthony left Garnacho and gave it to Rashford. Again, another mistake. Poor decision in the final third. Very, very poor. Rashford is now closed with 2 defenders. What do you expect Rashford to do in this situation? 2 defenders. Rashford isn't Haaland. This isn't his position. He is playing out of position, so he's trying to adjust himself to know whether he can make something out of it, which he ended up not doing. Most of our shots was blocked by Wolverhampton defenders. So Anthony needs to be questioned and called to order to try and make good decisions in the final third. If this happens to be Bruno Fernandes, I'm sure that these 2 chances I showed you here must have been converted to goal. So it's poor of Anthony. Here is another one. In this sequence now, Casemiro lost the ball in the midfield. Mistake from Casemiro, and he found us with this picture. And these players are now creating 2v1 in Luke Shaw position again. They just want to break Luke Shaw down. They are now creating 2v1 in Luke Shaw position again. And you can see Luke Shaw later followed the one that is running inwards, making the one that is running outwards, the one that is overlapping, a free man. The one that is overlapping got the ball in this situation, pass it to the one that is running inwards, which Luke Shaw followed. And you can see this space there. Luke Shaw and Lindelof made this space for this player to get the ball. They're supposed to intercept this pass, but it ended up getting to the man, and the man gave it to Cunha, which Cunha poorly finished. This is a poor finish from Cunha. So no issues, no issues. And now let's talk about the goal that Manchester United scored that made us out of this mess. Because assuming we draw our first game of the season with this type of football we are playing here, man, it's a disgrace, honestly. But Bruno chipped the ball to Wan-Bissaka. More credit to Wan-Bissaka. If not of Wan-Bissaka, I wonder what could have happened in this game. Aside from this assist from Wan-Bissaka, if not Wan-Bissaka breaking into the midfield, overlapping, causing havoc to the opponent, if not of Wan-Bissaka, I wonder, honestly. Wan-Bissaka is so superb in this game. You can see Bruno chipping a ball to Wan-Bissaka, Wan-Bissaka crossing the ball. We have Sancho here as a free man. Varane is tall, he can head the ball, so he don't have any reason to lose this ball here. He head the ball and it entered. So it ended up being a goal. So this is what happened. And the last thing I want to touch here is that situation that occurred between between our goalkeeper Onana and the Wolverhampton player that could have cost us another nonsense. You understand? It would have given them a penalty, but thanks to the referee and to the VAR that it wasn't a penalty. But how do you rate this game? Onana was asked of what happened and he said, of course, I was confident that would not be given. He is confident that it isn't a penalty. He often came outside to claim the ball. After we scored that goal, everything in the remaining minutes of the game was just, I don't understand. It was just Onana saving us because they dominated us completely. This shouldn't be happening. Anytime Manchester United is winning with one goal, the fans are always like, oh God, please help us so that we will not lose. They can't make the fans comfortable till the final whistle. We need to stop this. Eric Ten Hag is writing down something, and this could be that what he's writing down is what he observed from the game, and that is Garnacho shouldn't be starting for us. Rashford shouldn't be playing as a striker for us. He is totally isolated. Totally. Anthony, poor decision in the final third. Very, very poor decision. Casemiro, should I say confused? Not giving out the best. Let me say, this is not the Casemiro in the Premier League. This is just a Casemiro. He's not that Casemiro that will be playing for us in the remaining games. He's just trying to, let me just say that. Then, thanks to Wan-Bissaka, Eric Ten Hag is taking note of what happened. Anthony poor decision in the final third. Garnacho not confident with the ball. Rashford too isolated. Casemiro too, I don't know. So that is it. And the good news here is that we won 1-0. 3 points, 7th in the table. Very, very comfortable. And I hope we are going to train and get this fixed. And we need to sign Amrabat or Onana, the one from Everton. And we are also moving forward to sign Pavard, that can be a backup to Varane. Varane is partially weak in the defense, though he scored for us. That's a good. Let's just focus on the positive. It is a good game for us. Thanks to every player that did their best. All of them contributed, including Mason Mount. Everybody contributed. Thanks to all of them. Great win, 3 points, clean sheet for Onana in his debut match at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Very, very interesting game. Thank you for watching to this extent.
Now, yo.